Guys, so I think hope everyone is joined here. They are from some technical background. Some people might have joined freshers, like they want to learn something new. So today our target is, so we are starting with our ASP.NET MVC, and yeah, let me go ahead and start come to the content directly instead of dragging things. So let me start with ASP.NET MVC. So just wanted to ask you one thing. So how many of you are aware of MVC? What do you like? What do you mean by MVC? So anybody can come out and just give me what is MVC, at least some definition. Okay. So nobody knows about it. So I'll take it as nobody knows about it. Fine, guys. Guys, so this is thing. So you guys should understand. So MVC. So MVC is nothing but a model view controller. Okay, it's an architectural pattern. So that separates an application into three main logical components. And the model and the view and the controller, each of these components are built to handle specific developed aspect of an application. So MVC that is one of the most frequently used industry standard web development framework to create a scalable and extensible projects. And you guys can just ask me a question like why do we need this actually? So previously we had actually like normal our ASP.NET applications. So it was not having any like a model view controller kind of architecture or something. It was directly in files. So it was like the .cs file was directly being attached to it. So I mean to say like so what's the main purpose of the MVC is, so it's everything is and it's separated. So I mean once I start creating an application, MVC application, you guys will understand better on this. So as of now, just try to understand. So MVC is nothing but it's a model view controller, and it's an architecture pattern. So that that actually that separates the application into three main logical components. You can say all your models and everything will be it will be handled in model folder, and views. So all your CS HTML files will be controlled in view folder, and all your controllers. So control is the main thing which is just handles your models and the views. Okay, so that one you will understand like just going forward. But you guys like understand the basic definition of MVC. Okay, and okay, fine. Let me go to the next thing. So why we need MVC? So the basic like purpose of introducing MVC was to take any complex application development easy. Okay, so I mean if you guys are from ASP.NET background, so any of you from any of you are from the ASP.NET background? Nobody is. I mean, I just want to know how many of you are aware of ASP.NET applications, or just aware of ASP.NET MVC applications. So anybody knows here? So just come out and speak out. So it will just to get better idea for me to understand how many of you are aware of the concepts, basic concepts of MVC. If you guys don't know anything, you can just say directly, yeah, I don't know anything about MVC, so that I'll try to explain very basic things. Hello.
Yeah, hi Sudhakar, this is Narumani. I am from ASP.NET background.
Okay, you are from ASP.NET background. So you worked on MVC applications? No.
I will manage MVC applications, but I didn't work on MVC applications. That means I will manage as a lead, but I didn't.
Okay, I understand. So I
mean, development is not.
Okay, so let me ask you one question here. So when you create a web page, right? So in ASP.NET, so what do you expect there? So you would expect a ASP.NET, I mean some page name .ai, what you call ASPX page, right? Right. So when you create like a page, so you could also see like the C# file is also attached to that main view, right? It's tightly coupled, we can say it, right?
Yes.
With respect to ASP.NET, but in MVC it will be completely different. So everything is it's an architectural pattern. It separates all the the main logical components into models, views, and controls. But before it was something like it was tightly coupled, and I mean if the users the reusability of the code was very low. I mean that's the reason people have come up with the MVC architecture. I mean, you will understand better. So because I'm going to show you and like create an excellent sample application and show you like what will be the structure of our basic MVC application. Okay. So people who are completely new here, so please let me know. I mean, if you're not understanding anything out of it. Okay. Fine. So yeah, I was just trying to go through the definition of this. So the basic need of introducing MVC was to make complex application development easy. So MVC is a lightweight, it was completely highly testable framework as compared to the traditional ASP.NET web forms. Okay, that's what I was trying to explain you with respect to ASP.NET web forms. So MVC focus on separation of concerns. So the purpose of MVC is to separate the content from the presentation and the data processing from the content. Okay, one thing that MVC has done is separate the view from the code. That is, unlike the web forms, there is an ASPX pages. It's directly attached to ASPX.cs. Here in MVC view is a separate entity completely. You understand this? That's what I asked you, Nagmani. So in your it's in your normal ASP.NET web forms, what you could see an ASPX page, and it's directly attached to ASPX.cs page, right? So usually you write or all
Yes, yes.
yeah, you design all your UI things, everything in ASPX and whatever logic you have and
HTML content in ASPX.
ASPX page, yeah, and ASPX.cs
And
you write all the
ASPX
logic and
pages
everything.
having the HTML content and code behind it.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what you can observe here? It's tightly coupled, right? There's no separation between your code behind and the view. And I will just show you. I will I have created on some sample application, MVC sample application. So before that, what I do, I will just try to show you how we can create our first MVC application. Okay, let me directly come to the topic. So you can just open your Visual Studio. You can just open a Visual Studio. Let's open. Guys, what I suggest, so I want everyone who's attending to this class, please, I mean, don't miss any classes going forward. Because I'm just going to explain you what with the kind of MVC along with WebApi and store like SQL server as well. So this is going to cover up all three areas. Like you guys might be have wanted to learn MVC WebApi as well. So I'm just going to cover it. I mean step by step. So as of now, MVC is very important. So try to understand what is it. So how you can create your first MVC application. So once you launch your Visual Studio, just click on create a new project. Okay. See, this is actually 2019, so it will have some like .NET Core components as well. So I'm not going to touch that. Okay. Here you could search for ASP.NET. Yeah, could see here, right? Just select this ASP.NET web application. Okay, so right here we are selecting C# and the support behind. And next, go ahead and select next. Okay, you can provide your application name. Let's say that is ASP_sample application. Okay, so you could select. I always prefer to select 4.6. Just go ahead and click on create. See, once you click on create, right? See, what will it'll ask you, okay, what you want. So, what web application you want. So there's a possibility you can just go ahead and create an empty application. So an empty project template for creating ASP.NET applications. So actually, this template doesn't have any content in it. It's completely an empty. Okay. So when you say it's like web forms, so as I told you, like ASP.NET web forms, you can just go ahead and create this. This is the thing which will have ASP.NET web forms let you to build a dynamic dynamic websites using familiar drag and drop options. Okay, and as of now, we are concentrating on MVC, which is a project template for creating ASP.NET web application, and it allows you to build application using the model view controller architecture. Okay, and MVC tools includes features that enable fast and test-driven development for creating application that use the latest scenarios. And going forward, so we'll be concentrating on WebApi as well. So as of now, you don't need to worry about that, but this is how you can create your WebApi application. So this is a project template for creating RESTful HTTP services that can reach broad range of clients, including the browsers and the mobile devices and everything. Okay, and also you can create a single page applications. So this is a template to rich client side JavaScript driven HTML5. And yeah, as of now, just focus on MVC templates. So you just have to go ahead and select the MVC and just click on create. So once you do that, so your MVC application will get created. So you could see here, this will be your MVC application. So you could see here. So by default, you will get all these folders. So once you select a template and create it, right? So you could see by default folders, right? You could see like your controllers, models, and views, and also you'll have scripts. If you have any JavaScript files, you can just go ahead and create it everything here. And see, by default, you'll get a bootstrap.js files and jQuery. There are some like basic jQuery files which is required to run our application. So you could see all our like basic files which is required to just launch the MVC application. So along with that, you can just have your fonts and everything which is defined over here. And also the application will always start from app_start. You can just go ahead and just check it out there. So you can just define filters and any routes you want to just go ahead and define it. So you can just go ahead and do it in these three files. So this one I'm not going to explain you right now. So I mean just going forward in coming classes. So I'll be explaining like how you can do the configuration and on the filter configuration and everything. So as of now, just concentrate on these files. Okay, so just check it out. See what you have here. So you have controllers and you have views and you have models here, right? So all these folders are like separated. All these logical components are separated. So what happens? See, for every controller. So this is a controller which is completely handled, and each and every controller will have its action methods. Whatever you call over here, right? So whatever you can see here, action results is like all these things: index, about, and contact. All these three are called as action methods. Okay, so all these action methods it's directly it will be associated with a view. So say that like there will be an index page where your action method will get executed, and you can just go ahead and right click on this and click on the go to view. Okay, so once you do that, you can just check it out an index page like under like a CSHTML page. Yeah, so you could see here, right? This is our index.html page. So where you write all your HTML tags and what you want to display it on the UI. So everything will be controlled inside the views folder, and you could see here. So index is present inside the home. Okay, this is what the like basic architecture and basic folders of MVC. So hope everyone is getting what I'm trying to explain here. Okay, this is about the sample like MVC application which I created, and just like trying to show you what are all the different folders we have by default, what we get it. Okay, so and also one more thing, the application will always start from the global.asx page. So you could go back and see here. So this was the place your application will start from. Okay, so once you launch your MVC application, so this is a place it register all the areas and it register all the global filters and register routes and register the bundles. So everything is taken care by this global.asx. So every application should have its starting point, right? So in a MVC, this is a starting point of application. So this is one of the interview question you might expect during your interview calls. The interviewer might ask you, so what is the starting point of your MVC application? Or like they will ask like, okay, what will be the use of global.asx page? Okay, just like remember this. Okay, this is a starting point for Angular application. Okay, this is all about like the basics, like architecture of our MVC application. So let me go ahead and go to the next step. So what we have here. So hope everybody is getting it right. So what is the like basics of MVC? This is very basic, which I'm trying to explain. Nagmani, you got it? So you got the difference between this.
Yes.
Yes, right. So, but in case of ASP.NET Forms, what was it? It was something like ASPX and ASPX.cs is directly, it's like tightly coupled to each other, right? So it's something like you can see here.
Yes.
So everything is separated.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, right. So this makes our application much more easier compared to the ASP.NET applications. Okay. So hope you got at least some basics of it. So don't worry if you're not getting it. So going forward in the coming days, we will just cover up most of the in-depth things of our MVC application. So as of now, is it clear?
Yes, yes, I understood.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So let me move on to the next one. So as I explained you, so ASP.NET MVC is a stateless. Like what actually in this we don't pass a request to the page like web forms. So actually what we do here, but we talk to the controller and the controller handles the request and fetches the desired data from the model and transfer data back to the view. I told right. So control is the one thing which is just communicating between your model and the views. And whatever you, for example, the models are nothing but like like this completely properties, property and property of the classes. You can just define a class and you can have your own properties. So for example, if you're creating an employee page, and what would be the model for that? So model like some of the basic information such as employee name, employee address, and employee ID. So all these things are attribute of your class. So that will be like you put everything inside the model folder. So when you're transferring the data, right? So what you do, you just connect between connect with the controller. You will just do whatever the operations. So for an example, you just want to populate your employee data and set it back to UI. So controller is the one which will be taking care of all these things. Okay, that is the main purpose of the controller. So and also this view is used to display the data at the end of the user. So obviously we will be showing the UI that whatever the CSS HTML page content we have, so that is the one to be shown to the users. But end of the day, so control is the one which is taking care of your complete application. Okay, so let me move on to the next one. So as I already told you, these are all the main like three basic components of ASP.NET MVC. So first one is a model, and next one is a view, and another is a controller. So model, this is a business layer. It helps you to retrieve data from database. These are all simple class files that contain the properties. So as I told you, this is a simple class. It will have some of the properties, and also I gave you an example. For an employee, that is the best example. You can just take it and think about like this is the model which will just have all this itself. Okay, and let me move on to the view. So let's see what is. Okay, let's see what is view. See, view is a component responsible for displaying the data on the screen. So in MVC, we use Razor syntax. The extension of view as .cs HTML here. So you could see here, if you in the sample application itself, so you could go back and see all these views are CSS HTML. Okay. So everything, whatever the views you create, at the end of the day, it will be CSS HTML instead of ASPX. So actually, normally, which we used to do it in ASP.NET in the past. So here is completely .cs HTML. And controllers, as I explained you, this is the one which handles the input, and all the user interaction is done through the controllers. A controller is nothing but a class file that contains the methods. So here I showed, right? So this is for an example, we have only by default we'll get only home controller. So these three: index, about, contact. These three are called as the action methods of your controllers. Okay, this is some of the basics of MVC application. So let me show you the diagram also. You could see a diagram here. So it like controllers, views, models. Yeah, controllers, that is the one which is taking care of your model and as well as a view. It acts as a middle layer between your view and the model. Okay, so let me move on to the next thing. So guys, and like MVC, that is one thing. Like it helps you to maintain the pretty good URL that is reachable to the users. Okay, so I mean, example, you might have in the MVC URL as specific meaning which we'll understand. So what will be the URL looks like? Say like if you have any site, right? So say like you just have a www.sitename.com, and what happens? So immediately after that, you just have to specify the control name. Okay, and you just sometimes you'll just specify, not sometimes, every time you just have to specify the action name, and along with that, if you're passing any IDs or something like to the your action methods, you can just go ahead and specify it, or else you just have to specify your action names. Example, so what I'm trying to explain you here. So you have a site name, site will be running, so there will be controller name. So like what will be the control name here? Can someone tell me the control name here?
Home.
Yeah, home, right?
Home.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. So what we can expect here in the controller name, so we can expect home. Okay, and
Yes.
yeah, what are all the action names we have?
Index, about, contact.
Yes, that's great. Yep, I think hope you guys are getting this what I'm trying to explain. Exactly. So at the end of the day, we just have to specify the action name. So what happens? You example, I'll ask you one question, interesting question here. So if I say that like I just want to go ahead and want to see the index. So what will be my URL? Can someone give a try here?
/index.
Yeah, and my control name will be home, right? I just www.sitename.com/home/index. So the same way when I want to just to display the about, so I'm just going to give a control name about, and the if I want to see the contact page, I'm just going to go ahead and see the contact. Okay, if you want to see, you can just go ahead and see the contact. Okay, this is some of the basics of things which you have to follow when trying to how it comes to URLs in MVC. Okay, so control name is passed after the site name, followed by the action name present in the controller. And if there is any ID, we have to specify the ID as well. Okay, that's an optional. As I told you, ID is an optional, and you just have to, pass it whenever it is required. Okay, this is about your URL of the MVC application. Okay. Example, we'll see an example. I'll try to take a site and explain you. Okay, see that like we have a dummy website.com /product /view and /1. So may I ask you what will be the control name here in this URL?
Products.
Okay, action method
Products.
name. Action method name.
View.
Okay, is there any parameter to that?
One.
Yeah.
One.
What will be the type of the parameter?
Integer.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how. So this will be the best example to understand the URL of MVC application. Okay. So in the preceding, URL products is a controller, and the view is the name of the action result method that accepts an ID that has a value 1 passed to the URL. We will understand URL routing in detail like in the coming videos. Like I just don't want to just get into details in the first class itself. So that's the reason I just wanted to just provide some of the heads, like basic information on these things. So later onwards we can just go ahead and because we just have to understand filters. There are different types of filters in MVC, and how do you achieve authentication, authorization, all these things in MVC. Yeah, like action filters are there. So I mean there are so many things with respect to filters in MVC. So we'll just go going forward, and also just have to worry about the routing. Okay, there are two like many ways we can just go ahead and create our routing things. uh, like there's something like conventional attribute routing and like an attribute level of routing. So yeah, this is what like as of now just try to understand the basics of it. So in the coming classes we just uh, get into detail and understand it. Okay, so as of now this looks fine, right? So I mean one more question is like how in a normal HTTP web form, so what would have been the URL? So you could see here, right? And if it was a normal normal HTML web forms, so the URL would have looked like this, right? So dummy website /products.aspx and question mark. By I mean after the question mark, normally you would have been passing the the parameters. back to the page. So this is how it was handled in normal MVC web forms. But here in MVC, something like what you observed in above, so that is a URL just maintained for MVC applications. Okay, see, fine. So what we're doing here, so how MVC works. So as we already know, I think by this time you guys got idea how the MVC works now. So okay, what happens usually? So user request. So user comes up with a request, and that is nothing but a URL. So once you hit the URL, the controller will get executed, and controller will just go ahead and check the model and get the just go execute the piece of code and get if it is, and in our case I just gave an employee details as a model. You just get the details of the employees model and just come back and just pass the same data back to the view, and end of the day you just give the response and you can see the data and the views on the UI. So this is how the MVC works. Okay, so let me go on to the next thing. So the request goes to controller fetches data from the model and passes data to the view displays the data to the end user. That's what I explained just. Okay, so this is a basic flow of ASP.NET. Okay, and in the next on this, so I guess as of now for today, I think I try to cover basics of MVC, which is enough for today. And yeah, we will just explain somewhat in deep and some other topics of MVC in the coming videos. And guys, and you can see here I provided you my email ID and along with my number, and also you guys, like most of you, I think everybody's joined our Telegram channel link. So you guys can, or if you're not joined, please go ahead and join this Telegram channel, because going forward I'll be uploading. And also please go ahead and subscribe to YouTube channel, because I just want to go ahead and upload all our training videos into the YouTube channel, so that everybody will get benefit of it. Whoever is Mr. Classes, they can just go ahead and watch the YouTube videos and understand it. Okay, any doubts, guys, for today class? It was very simple, and I try to explain you in a very easy way. So yeah, just want to understand any questions, or if someone is completely new, I think they might be having a lot of questions on this. They can come out and ask me if they have any questions. Guys, no more questions? Okay, I guess Nagmani, I think you are the one person, I think you got most of the basic concepts of MVC.
Whatever you told, I understood, and except this class, I have I need some suggestions from you and Sashi, like that.
Okay. Great.
Actually, due to COVID-19, first time COVID came now. At that time, 2020, I lost my job due to COVID-19. After that, to take care of.
Okay. I think we lost you, Nagmani. Can you? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Nagmani, I think you're back. Yeah, please go ahead and explain. You're trying to explain something, right?
Actually, I lost my job at 2020 March, like that. It almost 15 months time is there.
Okay.
So right now, again, I'm trying to start my job trials right now.
Okay, you already lost your job and it has been 15 months and you not got a job, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes. And due to family reasons, right?
Yeah, I understand.
To take care of my children. So that's the reason I didn't again start my trials. But right now, to take care of my children, some person is there. That's the reason again I started. So I need to any suggestions and how to my preparation is how it likes.
Okay, fine. So what I suggest you, I think see, we should understand the market first. So as per my understanding, as of now, we do have a lot of opportunities for Angular and MVC along with the Web API SQL Server. So what my suggestion is, so I'll be now trying to complete MVC training as soon as possible. So please attend the training every day. and along with that, I'll try to provide you some of the interview questions as well, so that would help someone at least in the group to clear the interviews. So because no, if you understand the things from the basics, so it will, it will be really helpful for all of you to just clear the interviews and everything. So my suggestion is, so I will be just providing the interviews, like interview questions in the channel as well, and I'm trying to make one video on the interview questions for MVC and the Web API and SQL Server, and along with Angular. So I will just make those videos and forward you, and in between that I'll be posting some of the questions in Telegram, or else try to make a video and upload in YouTube. Okay. So as of now, keep on trying. So what I suggest you can just put
actually my last job was, that is the internal framework. Whatever my last company, I worked on an internal framework that is based on .NET. So I don't have knowledge on this is Angular and ASP.MVC Web API. That's the reason. And right now the market is asking Angular, ASP.MVC Web API like that only. So I am new to all these concepts, but it will. I'm some afraid of that also. And
no, don't get afraid. So because that's the reason I'm here to help you. Like I know that's my main intention. So I wanted to help people like you, and I'm just like, I'll try to provide you as much as knowledge from my side. So that much I can guarantee you. So but just focus on the thing. So are you able to understand whatever I explained for today?
Yeah, I understood.
Yeah, that is enough. So going forward, I'll be explaining you in more detail. So I will explain you in more depth, so that you keep on like attending the classes without fail. Because as I told you, I feel like it requires another few months to complete. Like my plan is to start with the MVC and finish all the concepts. So if you understand MVC, like understanding the ASP.NET Web API will be very easier. It will be like almost similar, and there'll be some small changes which you have to make to. I will explain you in the coming videos. So as of now, just focus on whatever I'm explaining you. So you can just in your resume, you can just put it over like you had a training on your on MVC. So and you have good knowledge on that. So based on that, you will get many calls also. So also after we complete
actually my target is 3 months. And so actually my target is 3 months. Within 3 months, I will definitely I will get a job.
Definitely.
I thought like that. Is it enough to get a 3 months? Is it enough to 3 months? But it will take more time.
Definitely. At 3 months, because see, as of now you're not working, right? So every day say that at least you're
I'm not working.
Yeah, say every day if you're working for at least 5 hours or 6 hours, on training yourself on ASP.MVC or Angular or like any other technology, like I'm damn sure that within that the 3 months is more than enough. I think
I'm very serious about this
exactly.
training,
So
and
yeah, my
telling
suggestion
the
is
new
very clear. So because I'm just planning to finish up my training like within 3 months only, all these 3 things like MVC, Web API, and SQL Server, everything. So keep in touch. So keep attending our training classes. Don't miss anything. So I'll be in between the training classes, I'll be providing some of the interview questions as well, and also I'll guide you like how you have to answer your interview questions. Definitely I'm here to help. So guys, you can make use of our, and also we do have Shashi, so he's also one of our trainers. So he will also help you with respect to the training, and also with respect to the interview questions.
Whatever the Shashi videos on Angular in YouTube also, I'm following.
Yes. It's already uploading it, right? So please follow that videos also. So, but this is what I like. I'm expertise in .NET MVC, and he's expertise in Angular. So yeah, we are here and also going forward, we do have many plans like we just want to train on cloud and just want to train on ASP.NET Core, and there are many things we just have to keep on learning. So as of now, focus on these things, because don't get confused with too many things. So as of now, what I suggest you, keep attending your classes, and keep I'll be trying to like explain each and every concept in depth and very clearly. Okay, so hope it clears your questions. Okay, guys, any other questions? Okay, if there is no other questions, so I will drop off. Thanks all for attending the session. So we'll see you soon. Okay, bye. If any other things, I'll just update you in the YouTube. The Telegram channel. So please please follow it. Thank you.
एक दो
Yes,
slide
thank you for that.
Thank you guys.
एक्सप्लेन कर दो ना.
Okay, bye bye. Hello.
हाँ, थोड़े प्रीवियस स्लाइड्स एक्सप्लेन करो ना 9th और 10th वाला.
Yeah, sure. I'll share the documents definitely. Come on, someone is asking some question. I'm not getting what you're trying to ask. Your voice is not so clear. Yeah, looks like we lost it. So fine, guys. So we'll see you tomorrow, same time. Okay. So fine. Bye bye. Thank you for attending the classes. Bye.